3, 2.
Choose love, y'all. Hey, love, 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 LuvLees, love, 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 LuvLees, love, lot of love, big love, 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 LuvLees, love, 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 LuvLees, love, choose love, y'all. Love, 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 LuvLees, love, 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 lot of love. From above. I love you.
I love you too.
Welcome to the Lovely Podcast.
To the Lovely Podcast.
Episode 8.
Yeah.
Whose job is it? I'm Malachi Lee.
I'm Danny Lee. Together we are
the Lovelies. What's up? Live and direct. Fresh as NewLeeWeds.
7 months.
Today marks 7 months. Since this day occurred, she got the white shirt and say 31324.
Yeah.
31324. You know what I'm saying? Husband, wife. This is what we do. Married in real life. You know what I'm saying? Comedy couple.
Right.
Duo. We in the building.
Thank
Thank you for joining us. If you're watching this live as it streams and airs, or if you are watching this somewhere in the near future, we thank you. We salute you. We cheer you on.
Thank you so much for your support.
Yes.
And for pushing us and for just being there.
Yes. And being you.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling?
I'm doing okay today. I got my hair freshly pressed and curled.
It's looking good.
After my husband was like, helping me take the braids out.
I did.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
I know you like me better without the extra. You just like the plain, the press and curl.
Yep.
Boom. That's
press and curl, the natural hair. Anything you do with your natural hair, I'm gonna rock with it.
Yeah, even when I put it just in a ponytail one time, I had it in a ponytail. You was like, "Ooh, you look good."
Yeah, that natural hair.
I'm trying to grab at the ponytail.
Yeah. Natural in the sense of like no added weaves or anything, and natural also with natural, not being pressed. Hey, whatever it is, I'm with it. So it's good to see you looking beautiful.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome. Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Hair's looking good. I'm feeling good myself. I am feeling good. I am very excited for where we are.
Okay.
As a couple, as a unit. I'm excited for where I am as a man as well. Things are shifting for me, so I'm grateful and just leaning on my faith more, leaning more on God. So just grateful for what's going on. That's the biggest thing. Just I've been in the attitude of gratitude. Like everything isn't perfect and ideal right now, but it's like I can see the vision. I can see it's coming together. It's
trying to see the light.
I see the light. I see the light. So I'm glad. Tigers lost yesterday, but the Lions are going to win today. So, hey, we good on that tip. Greedy Tigs, man, we made it. We first of all, we didn't even belong in the playoffs, honestly. We had 1% chance in August. We did turn that thing around in less than 2 months.
Yeah, we did.
Made it to the wild card. We beat the Astros. Houston Astros.
We beat the Astros.
Yeah, we did. Played the Cleveland Guardians. Split the first 2 games, so we stole one.
Split.
In Cleveland. Came back to Detroit, 1-1. We was 1 game away. They beat us in Detroit, and I was nervous then. I ain't gonna lie. Once we lost in Detroit, I was like, we gotta close this game out. It's gonna be tough to steal another one, still a closeout game. So we gotta win this at home and move on to the next round. But that didn't happen. We lost in Detroit. We lost in Cleveland. So now we're eliminated from the playoff contingency. Yes, I'm hurt, but it's okay. I'm excited for next year for the Tigers. NBA season is getting ready to start. The wing season just started. Lions are going hard. So it's a great time for Detroit sports.
It is, and I don't know nothing about sports, but I'm doing this empathy thing.
Yeah.
Where
the way you hit that, it is. I believed you. I felt like a sports cast for a second. Like you was about to come in like, it is.
I am.
And by the way.
But by the way, the Lions are taking the lead. They're going to win this season.
Yeah. So
they're going to do a whole alley-oop. Score that 3 point.
Thank you for tuning in. Today we are talking gender roles in marriage.
Gender roles, not like, am I a woman, am I a boy?
Yeah, like, responsibility roles.
Responsibility.
I don't want to say in a relationship because it's hard to gauge in a relationship what should be done.
Jack it up.
I mean, I'm just saying agree. But it's like, even in any standpoint, when you're not actually married, like married brings in responsibility.
Yeah, because you have a household together.
Right.
It's not just you over here at your household and they over there at their household.
Yeah, because it'll be responsibility shared in a regular relationship that's not married, like you said, 2 households or whatever. Mm-hmm. But when you marry, everything is actually one. Mm-hmm. And that's the responsibility. A lot of people say, oh, what's the difference? What's the difference between a committed relationship and a marriage? There's a big difference,
It's a huge difference.
The business, your name, like your
you go to the hospital,
you're
responsible for that person.
Everything is one. They look at one. It's your house.
They ask
you
to make decisions. You gotta make the decisions.
You gotta say what's.
You marry somebody to trust. Marry somebody that's not gonna try to kill you.
Yeah. So it's a lot to that. So that's what it means, and and it means also responsibility. Now the man has to step up and do his role, whatever that role is in the relationship, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. The man doing his role, the woman doing their role. Is there an actual role? Is there an actual? The man does this, the woman does this. Or how does it work? I know it works a lot of different ways for a lot of different relationships.
Yeah, like some people like doing 50-50.
Yeah.
Some people, the man do all the
financial
bills, everything, and the woman do all the cleaning. Some people cooking and cleaning.
And childcare.
And childcare. And then some people share the roles. It don't be 50-50, but it's like we both gonna clean and cook, and he pay the bills.
Yeah.
Or she pay the bills and he don't pay the bills. Or what role, like what do you like? Like out of all of those things.
What do I like?
Or do you want me to answer what I prefer? What would you prefer?
Preference? I can answer it if you want me to. I would say, my general standpoint, my general answer is that it depends on the couple. It depends on the people. When you get with someone, you know what situation they're in. You know what how they move. You know how you gonna know who they are. And a lot of times we have to be groomed into husbands and wives. You know what I'm saying? I can have husband material, but still not be a husband until it's time to get in that role. And so we're 7 months in, and I've been learning so much and molding myself daily into more of a husband and implementing new ways to myself that I didn't think of, that I wasn't doing, to even be this person, to be this husband and be a better husband. So it's like, you don't really know. So when I say that, I'm saying that when you get into a situation and into a marriage, everybody has to put their cards on the table. And now it's time for us to improve our cards, improve ourselves, improve our skill sets so that we can get to an ideal status of whatever that looks like. You know what I'm saying? It may start out where it's maybe lopsided in some areas. It may be, some areas where that aren't ideal. The man is cleaning more because maybe he's still in transition with his business or something. So he's stepping up in those ways while he still builds into this provider that can fund the household. Maybe the woman is the breadwinner at the time, and so but he has ideas, he got dreams, and that's what a lot of times a man needs is a woman to help him get to that next level and help him with the intangible things.
Do you think it should be like a fixed thing? Because like, say if the man is in between blessings, he's getting where he needs to go, something happened, and he's trying to get to where he needs to go financially, and say the woman is financially there or whatnot, and he start cleaning up and stuff like that. But say something happens and it starts to shift, and the man is starting to be financially stable and take care of the house financially, and the woman is now counting on the man financially. Do you think that the man should not clean up and the woman should go into that role of cleaning up, or
well, so it and that's that point is she still, her financial situation didn't change, right? She's still bringing in the same money she was, right?
Right, but you, like, the man starts to make more money than the woman.
Mm-hmm. But with that being said, is she now slowing up on her financial end? You know what I'm saying? Is she now working as less? You know what I'm saying? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is. I think it shifts. It's hard to take tally and stuff like that. Like when you're in a marriage, you both should be looking to fill the gaps, because if a man is working more, he's gonna have less time to clean up. You know what I'm saying? So out of consideration, you're funding everything. Let me make sure everything clean and you have something to eat when you get home. It just makes sense, because as a man, he didn't have time to, you feel me, clean this, mop this floor or whatever.
But let's say that everybody has a business.
Yeah, and money is
not an option.
Yeah, in that case,
and the man is making more money, but and the woman, she's cleaning and stuff. Do you feel like the man should still help, or do you feel? I guess that was the question I was trying to ask. You feel like the man should still help now that his financial situation is better, or he should just move on into the sunset?
I mean, I don't think he should move into the sunset. I feel like as a man, you know, whatever needs to be done needs to be done. And if there's times where she mainly is holding everything down when it comes to cleaning and cooking, but you know, maybe you see this needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just waiting on her to do it, you got time, do it. You know, you can handle it. Like, I don't feel like it's, you know, that where it's just about filling in the gaps for me. You know what I'm saying? So if I see a gap, if a man sees a gap, he should fill it. You know, to the best of his ability, unless he really is being taken away and he doesn't have time to get to these dishes, but he know they need to be done. It's been 2 days, you haven't washed the dishes. Hey, you know, maybe he could sacrifice, but a lot of times, hey, could you? I'm doing all this. Like, could you?
But what if both of them are both working?
Yeah, so that's. I mean, it should be even in that standpoint. It shouldn't all be on her, because that's double work on her end. Like, she's making the same amount or close. She's doing her thing. They both work 9 to 5. Let's just say,
right? But she's not even making a lot of money, but she's still working all the time.
I mean, I don't think it's about the number. I think more so it's about the activity. You know what I'm saying? We both have a business we working on. You know, I work a lot of days, you work a lot of days, or we working a lot of days together. Whatever the case is, that the situation may be, it's still just about, again, filling in the gaps. You know, so if you're doing more, I mean, we doing the same amount. You would end up doing more if you're doing all the cleaning, but we doing the same amount of work. You know, so it's. I don't feel like cleaning and cooking is just for the woman. I don't feel like that. You know, I feel like there are times where the man should make the meal. You know, the man should know how to cook something, just off the strength of being a human. And no matter, you never know what can happen. You need to eat.
You never know what can happen, and like even like when people have kids and all the other stuff can happen. When a woman been take care of kids all day long, and she don't have time to clean or whatever, or cook.
He should be able to come home and give her a break sometimes. Or well, it's the weekend, we both got the weekend off, or we not gonna work the weekend. You know, we gonna take a couple hours out of our Saturday to have fun, but also, hey, let's get these things together. Let's do it together, or I'll take care of this, or whatever.
There's a lot of situations. I don't know, but sometimes it seems like the main thing that I hear about is the woman take care of the house, the husband bring in the money.
Yeah.
And she's consistently taking care of the kids and the house. That's a big job. And after a while, any human can get tired of just doing that over and over again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, like for a stay-at-home mom, you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's in anything, just like the man.
But a lot of guys are not like you. Like you do, you step up, and if something needs to be done, you just do it. Like even with me dealing with depression, you just do it. Like, well, I'm about to do it. You know, you don't get on my nerves about it, and you just do it. And like even with me, when I don't feel right, I know you gotta eat. I cook you something because you gotta eat. You know. So like, it's not really no gender roles with us at the moment. I don't think.
Yeah, it don't. It's a lot easier, and it being very transparent. You know, we more so depend on your finances up until this point we have. You know, and also seeing the light in that aspect of like this is where again knowing where your partner is. You know, and being molded into these things and learning how to do certain things. You know what I'm saying that you didn't have before, that you thought you did. You know, and you become more of a man when you become a husband. You know, you learn how to be a better man, be more of a man. So, you know, a lot of times, again, you got to be molded into it. You know, and same with you. I know there's some areas where you've grown as a woman due to our marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because before me and you got together, I was, and I'm not saying it's a woman's job, but I wasn't cooking like that. I ate. I ate when I wanted to, and I went to where I wanted to go to eat it. Yeah. And then I would cook when I'm on, like when I'm, on a health kick or something like that. But I was like, Danny, you gotta cook.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the beauty of a relationship. That's the beauty of a marriage, is that it makes you a better person. Like it makes you more operable in life.
And then you kind of mold into it's like you become a team and you work together and it becomes like this. Like you part of this circle, I'm part of that, and it creates like a circle.
It does.
Like when you start coming in together.
Yeah.
Versus, because there are marriages where people take tally, and it's like a 50-50. Like, oh, I did this, so you should do that.
Yeah, and I'm only doing this. Yeah.
Right, and then it's like now y'all kind of get mad at each other because it's like. How do you feel about 50-50 marriages?
I feel like 50-50 doesn't really exist. Like half and half. I mean, it exists in the sense of, we gonna literally go half on the rent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the monthly bill is. Like, it makes sense in that time. So if you're gonna do that, we both gonna do half of the chores. We're gonna do half of the cooking and cleaning. Like, we're gonna have days where it's literally we're both giving the same literal effort. That can work in a standpoint.
But somebody's gonna fall off, because something's gonna happen.
That's true. And
then when somebody fall off, then it creates an argument.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. So so even within the 50-50, it still has to be fluid. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I don't have half. You know what I'm saying? So hey, as a person, you should communicate that. Whoever it is, gotta communicate it. Hey, I know this is coming up soon. I'm not gonna have my half like I thought I would or should have. Boom. All right, cool. I got you. I'm gonna pick it up. What do you have to bring? Hey, I got 15%. I got 25% on this, or whatever it is. And the person should just be able to take that and be like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got us, because I'm not taking this score. I'm not keeping this score. Boom, we got it done. Let's move on to the next.
But if a person keeps saying, "Hey, I don't have my halves," then the other person gonna be like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, I mean, because if it gets to a repetitive thing, but things do happen in life. Life happens. You know, the person A's car goes down or something. So the money they do have, they need to get their car repaired so they can keep making the money. You know, so hey, right now, let me get my car fixed, and if you can take care of this for us, boom. Once I, you know what I'm saying? That's different versus somebody actually slacking. You know, and I feel like in a marriage, it has to be two people attempting to give 100% at all time, because you're not gonna have 100 all the time. That's just not life.
We watched something earlier where the lady said she asked her husband and we said we were gonna do that before we even got married. Like, what percentage are you feeling today?
Yeah.
And if you feel like 20% and I'm feeling like 50, then I'm gonna take the slack for us and try to keep us going.
Yeah.
But if we both feel like 20%, then we just gonna have to figure out a way to not kill each other.
Right. And still get through it.
And still get through life.
Yeah. So it's tough to always be at 100, but I feel like the striving, the constant striving, marriage is constantly striving to achieve and grow. You know, if you constantly do that, you understand, hey, I can pick up on what I'm doing. Everybody continue to pick up on what they do. Continue to get better. Continue to grow. Celebrate the wins, but also keep your eyes on the prize that you want to continue to grow as a person and as a unit. You know, and I did see a post this week that was talking about that as well. Like two people showing up when y'all both tired, and it's Jason Wilson Williams. I think that's his name. I forgot. He got the beard, dark bald dude with the glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, so he He wrote a few books. We met him at Tony Baker's show.
Oh, okay. I know you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah,
I
we
forgot
took a
his
picture
name.
with him.
His name is slipping my mind
Jason
right now.
Wilson, I think.
I think it is. So he made a post saying that every time his wife cooks, he does the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
And he said his son could do it. Like, he could have his son do it.
Mm-hmm.
But for him, it's about showing up for her, you know, and that I got your back. Like, this is not all on you.
Good.
Like, yeah. So as she's preparing the meal, she don't have to worry about the dishes being clean. And a lot of times that's what we do. If I'm a cook, you'll do the dishes. If you a cook, I'm gonna do the dishes. And it be those times where I may not feel like doing the dishes while you cooking. But I'm like, she's cooking. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to have to worry about both. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I really rather go upstairs and lay down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm sure there's times where
just now when I was like, what are we going to eat?
Yeah.
You had the leftovers. I still had to cook me something.
Yeah.
And I was like.
Yeah. And after a while, I was like, dang, let me go down there. And that's why I was like, hey, it was too late.
I was washing dishes and cooking.
Yeah.
But it was for me. It wasn't because it's leftovers.
But it wasn't about.
It was put in the oven.
It wasn't about it being for me or for you. But anyways, I could have came down and washed the dishes.
You knew what you was doing. I was like, where this man at? Well, it's okay. I'll figure it
out. But yeah, and so in that standpoint, you know, so it's like so that's
but
him
all
showing
day
up.
You've been doing stuff like you organized the office today and you vacuumed. So
yeah,
I really wasn't. I was playing myself like that. I really wasn't expecting you to come downstairs. I felt like you did.
Yeah.
Enough today.
If you was making a full meal, I would have came down. Like if you like, okay, I gotta go cook that salmon from raw.
It's not frozen.
Yeah,
I mean, it's frozen still, so I couldn't cook that.
Right, and I knew you was warming up something for me, and then with you, I knew you was gonna figure something out quick. So that's what I'm like, and then she not about to do nothing hard in the paint. But if you was, I would have came.
And technically, it was kind of hard in the paint. I cut up all the vegetables and stuff and added all that.
You could have used my support.
I wasn't planning on, but I did because I was like, I want to still be kind of healthy.
It'd be like that for sure. Yeah, so that was his way of saying that he shows up regardless, and that's what it's about is showing up regardless. When hey, all I have is this, and I believe it should be.
That's what I love about you too.
Oh, thank you.
I love that you show up for me and that you encourage me to be a better me. Like even yesterday when we had our comedy competition. Yeah. You covered me. I was mad because I'm like, this is supposed to be me, you know. But then I was happy for you. I was mad and happy. It was both. But you covered us. Yeah. Because you didn't let me look like a crazy person.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. And that's even, you know, knowing what your partner has emotionally, picking up on, you know, what they say and what they don't say. So that hey, it's gonna be all right. Like, look, let's go this way. You're like, oh yeah, all right. But it's a blessing. So I feel like the biggest thing is the aim should be two people giving 100, and then you see what you have when you both are trying your all. You know, and that out of 100, I may only have 20. She may only have 20 or 10 or 5.
Man,
I got 0 today.
Especially with my emotions, and I'm back. I found a therapist. Praise the Lord for that. But like with the stuff that I'm dealing with the grief and the depression and just anxiety, PTSD. Stuff happens. I get triggered randomly sometimes, and he be having to be 80% while I'm 20, or while I'm 10, he got to be 90%. And sometimes we don't have the whole 100, like, because he may feel bad, and it's like I got to figure out a way to be there for him, and sometimes I can't because it's uncontrollable, and then I feel like crap. And then when I have decent days, thank God I can be there for him when he's at 10 or 20 or whatever. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So we got some graphics. I want to start with this. Marriage is not 50-50. Divorce is 50-50. Marriage has to be 100 and 100. It's not about splitting everything half, but giving everything you've got. That's I totally agree. Like, this is, you know, what I was saying. Like you said, divorce is 50-50. That's what gets split down. It's 50-50. You know, two people have to give their effort. And that's why, because if two people give 100, you technically supposed to have 200%. 200%. Yeah. You can make it if both people are giving effort, but one person can't be out here giving the effort and the other one just like... Yeah,
just dragging along. No. You got to pull your weight. And that's marriage is accountability. because you have to live for another person. You know, if you just living for yourself, there's only going to be a certain level of accountability you more than likely going to hold to yourself. But when you have a person actually there, there's marking down your word, the stuff you said you was going to do, the stuff that you need to do, the stuff that you should be doing, looking at all this all day long and talking to you about it, you're like, dang, okay, I can't escape this. I got to do this.
Because the person that'll hold you accountable the most, if they love you, is your spouse.
Yep, because they love you. So yes,
right. Well, every spouse don't love their spouse.
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, they will hold you accountable.
Yep. So we have also some websites and articles to read from. I'm gonna start with this: 9 facts that you need to know about gender equality. When women and girls have the tools and opportunities they need to see is for a win for everyone, everywhere. Despite the world continuing to make progress towards gender equality, that progress is slow and uneven and inequality sometimes. All right, so 70% of health and social care workers are women. So this is showing that it's hard to be it's equal now. You know, women are.
Yeah, women are.
They're
more
stepping
workers.
up. They're stepping up.
Women been stepping up. It's not. It's like women been stepping up, but we don't get the same pay that men get.
Right.
Like we get, I think it's 82 cents to every dollar they get or something like that.
Yeah.
They still get paid more than us. We can have the same job,
but doing the same thing.
The same thing, and they will get paid more than a woman.
Yep. Women grow up to 80% of the world's staple crops. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So we do a lot. And then read number 3.
Yeah. So this already, these first 2 showing that women are doing more.
We are doing our thing.
Doing more for sure. But women and girls are 10% more likely to go hungry.
Ain't that crazy?
That is. Y'all growing 80% of the crops. But 10% y'all going hungry. 150 million people could be lifted out of hunger if female farmers had equal resources. Wow. So even though y'all doing 80%, 150 million people wouldn't even be hungry if they gave
the women
more resources. Even though y'all are doing more. Women and girls spend 200 million hours collecting water every day.
Wow.
There is a U.S. 172 trillion difference between men and women's total expected lifetime earnings.
Yeah.
Every additional year a girl is in school can boost her future earnings by 20%. Wow. Women spend 3 times as many hours on unpaid domestic labor as men.
Wow.
80% of people displaced by climate change are women. Wow.
It's like, who is protecting us women?
Yeah.
And we are like you were saying on your other podcast, Mask Off, him and Tom. Y'all was talking about how women are the most amazing creatures. Y'all was acting like y'all was coming out of the birth canal.
Man, to give birth and create a body in your body.
To bleed for 7 days and not die.
Man, shoot. Yeah, I salute y'all. For sure. So we got a couple more websites. Gender Gains.
Pew Research Center.
For Women's History Month, a look at gender gains and gaps in U.S. How we did this. Women made up 47% of the U.S. civilian labor force in 2023.
I should have read that one.
From 30% in 1950, but growth has stagnated. Almost half. Nearly the labor force. Women outnumber men in the U.S. college-educated workforce, now making up 51% of those ages 25 and older.
About a third of workers in the country's 10 highest paying occupations, 35% are women, up from 13% in 1980.
Mm.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that is, but still
But
uneven.
it's only 13. It's only up 13%.
Up from 13%.
From 13%.
It's 35 now.
Oh wow! So it kind of almost doubled.
Yeah.
From 1980, this is 2024.
Yeah.
The share of women in opposite sex marriage who earn as much or more than their husband has roughly tripled over the past 50 years. According to spring 2023 analysis of Celsius Bureau data, in 2022, women were the sole and primary breadwinners in 16% of opposite sex marriages, up from 5% in 1972. Husbands and wives are roughly equal contributors in 29% of marriages today, compared with 11% in 1972.
All right. All right. That's numbers are getting better with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The gender gap pay. The difference between the median earnings of men and women has remained relatively flat in the United States over the past 2 decades. 2022, women typically earn 82 cents for every dollar men earn. That was about the same in 2002 when women earned 80 cents.
Dog.
So it stands same.
Oh, 2 cents? Like,
yeah.
Where's the respect?
Yeah, 82 cents for every dollar.
That's ridiculous.
Women still lag in top leadership positions in business and government.
Mm-hmm.
Federal legislators, so 28% are women. Governors, 8 Democratic and 4 Republican women serve as governors. It's wild that you could just under 10 for governors.
Yeah. I mean, like literally, they had the I forgot what it was called. I think it was some party or something. They usually sponsor, or they usually sponsor the person running for the Democrat running for president.
Yeah.
For the first time in life, they did not sponsor Kamala.
Wow.
She's a woman.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep. Presidential cabinet. President Joe's cabinet is a rare example of gender parity
in government leadership. Of 25 cabinet or cabinet level positions, 12 are held by women, 48%.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Which probably would have a lot to do with Kamala being in his,
being vice president.
Yeah. Executive business leadership. 11% of Fortune 500 company CEOs are women, along with 30% of Fortune 500 board members. 11 is very small.
Mm-hmm.
Slim majority of Americans say that there are too few women in top political offices and executive branch positions.
The public is divided over whether being a woman makes it more difficult to get ahead, according to an April 2023 survey. Half of Americans say that being a woman hurts a person's ability to get ahead in the U.S., while 24% says it helps and 25% says it neither helps or hurts.
Mm-hmm. Wow. All right.
Women are more likely than men to say being a woman hurts one's ability to get ahead in the U.S. The division also exists in views of women standing in the workplace. Found that 28% of employed adults say that being a woman makes it a little or a lot harder to be successful when they work, while just 11 say it makes things easier. Another 49 says being a woman makes things neither easy nor hard. Now, excuse our dog. That's what we was laughing at. We weren't laughing at the statistics. He's older. He's going through life.
So this shows some are growing, which is good, but numbers are still lopsided. Mm-hmm. And then if we tie this back to gender roles, with a lot of the disparities in this, financial aspect, mm-hmm. Some cases you have women are able to make the money they need to, which will make you have some households where the woman is the breadwinner, mm-hmm. and the guy is the one keeping everything held down, cooking and cleaning and all that. You know what I'm saying? And that works for them.
Yeah, it works for them. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
So, and then we have...
I have done something like that, and as you can see.
Right. And on
Here we are.
On the other hand, you have people that are in an more even standpoint, we're doing technically the 50-50 side where everybody's working but still being asked to do more of the work, domestically.
It's amazing how women are disrespected in all boards in life, like employment, like even with comedy and stuff like that. Like it's like we don't get the credit that we deserve in a lot of cases.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's go. We have one last article. Sharing home and life responsibilities with your partner. Division of labor is one of the top subjects that couples argue about. Sharing responsibility extends past concrete, tangible tasks of laundry, dishes, and lunches. Sharing responsibility is anything that requires some sort of mental load. That's good. Yep. All right, what's the couple to do? So now, how do you cope when there's a little beast of burden at a house to be run? It's unclear who does it. One approach, like Harold lot of time, is let's just split it down the middle. This is nice and neat, but it isn't the whole enchilada. What happens when your spouse half isn't done? That's what we talked about earlier. What happens when you must design to do some of their tasks? What if you must do their tasks twice in a week? Bottom line, the attempt to make it simply 50-50 mentally without any contingency on how to discuss the inevitability of moving life will likely set up you versus you environment in which resentment can breed. Yeah. That's it. Because you'll be like, man, you ain't do them.
You said
you was going to do them dishes.
And you did not do them.
And I had to do them 2 days in a row.
You owe me some dishes.
Yep. So they talk about what's fair. They talk about clarification makes for better communication. Clarifying what constitutes labor for each partner is the first step. For some families, the task of keeping a mental list of all the bills that need to be done is a burden to that one partner might carry. This is an invisible task and one that, while not obvious, takes up mental space and should be considered. Likewise, if another one of the family is making the most of the family income, this is a stressor that creates its own mental load, and space should be held for this as well.
Also, it's like maybe like pass our responsibilities to people. What is your strength? Like, is this your strength? Because like a person like let's just keep it real. I've been dealing with mental health stuff. And so it's like a person that's been dealing with mental health stuff. Yeah, let's put you in charge of this. No, you don't need to do that right now.
Yeah,
you need to go do this.
Right.
Go do this laundry.
Right.
And then I gave you a hand clap because you finally. Yay! I'm proud of you. Good job. You did that. Yeah.
That's what you had in you.
Right.
Like, we'll take it.
Right.
We'll take it.
Right.
What can you do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus, I'm supposed to do this. Nah, you don't got that right now.
Right. Look at your spouse and be like, what do my spouse have in them, instead of trying to create something that they don't have in them at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's like, how am I making somebody do something that they don't? They don't have it.
Yeah, they don't.
It's like me telling you to grow hair right now. Like, just like press your hair. Like, you don't have it for me to be pressing. You be pressing your hair.
You gotta be realistic about the where the person is. So that's true. So this be a team. Having this conversation not easy, and aren't really steps to make it easier. What I recommend is have a team mentality while discussing the challenges. You are looking for a solution for the family, not looking to point the fingers at who got to them in the first place. Additionally, I say this often, believe the best in your partner, even when we are hurt by the things your partner say and do. If we are in a healthy relationship, there's usually not malicious intent. The actions we take are the culmination of history, upbringing, fears, assumptions, habits, all of these things, barring upbringing, which can be processed and healed, can be adjusted. Speak through the cracks and know where there is growth when the hearts and feelings are shared. All right? So it's really about knowing, like you said, baby.
Knowing what your partner is capable of.
Every situation gonna be different. That's, to me, what it boils down to. You have to both sit down and we haven't sat down and talked about these things, but we both on the fly. Like, it's day to day. How can we fill in the gaps for the house? You know what I'm saying? And talk things through. You got to communicate, with, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? When can you do this? You have to.
And I've been asking you about that concrete. When can you do this?
Yeah, it just brought me to it. Like, when can you do this? So you have to communicate what needs to be done. You have to communicate what efforts need to be brought up and done, and how can we win. That's to me what it all boils down to.
What can we do for us to win? You have to realize that you're on a team. It's not just you.
You're on the same team.
You're on the same team, and it's not just you. And some circumstances may happen. It's not necessarily not necessarily blame your partner, but to do what you got to do to go against whatever the circumstance is.
Right.
Versus, because if we point at the partner, even though we need to hold each other accountable, but if we constantly point at the partner, blaming them, then it makes you bitter, and then y'all become very angry with each other.
Absolutely, very angry.
So why did you marry me then if you don't like me for who I am? Like, I didn't know you weren't gonna pick up your socks. Well, and you saw I wasn't going to pick up my socks before we got married. Like, you saw it, and
absolutely,
you don't try to change me.
Yeah, don't just take for what I am, and allow me to grow, but don't try to change.
And pray that I get it together.
Yeah, inspire me to grow. Lead me to grow.
Because any normal human being would be like, okay, like even in spite of the healing that I'm doing with the depression, I'd be like, when I see him doing something, like, okay, I gotta do something.
I gotta do something.
The inside of me be like so just like disassociated with everything. Like, I'll be a zombie. Like, I gotta do something.
Let me get up and do something.
I start playing some gospel music and do something.
You gotta jump up.
And sometimes I don't have it in me. Like, I've been trying to clean off this little couch for the longest, and I picked up some stuff and I put it back down. You weren't even home that day.
I'm about to get this.
I was like,
I'm about to sit myself
my butt down.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that for sure. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing though. It like, again, this allows you to grow to your maximum and be the best that you can be.
It's a blessing to be married to somebody who loves me unconditionally. Like, that's what marriage is. You choose somebody, you know that they're not going to be perfect. They're going to have some issues, because everybody got issues, but can you handle the issues that they got? And loving them in spite of whatever.
Absolutely.
If you love a dish in the sink, get it.
It's what it is. Jordan Peterson had a quote that he said that when you marry to someone, you have to understand, you have to accept the best version of them and the worst version of them. Because at any time, they can be either one.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's really deep. You're like, yeah, I see that, because I've already dealt with the worst. I think I've dealt with your worst too.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know.
Hey, I mean,
we're evolving in life. Like,
but I'm just saying, like, it's day to day. You know what I'm saying? That, like, the worst tendencies. Like, we all have tendencies. We all have, all right, when I ain't on, this is what I could go to. You know what I'm saying? So I think we all have those things, and just being in a worst state is not a exact, middle or exact character that this is what you're gonna get when you're worst. But it could be a new worst. It could be something new. Like, oh, you not even.
It could be something you're going through. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I think, I don't know where we were at. We were somewhere, and you were like, not like, I'm used to you being just always on 10, and you weren't. And I'm like, did I do something wrong? So I'm learning now that it's not always me. It's a lot of times it don't be me. It's something that's going on in his head that he's going through. And I'm the type of person, sometimes I get uncomfortable as an introvert around people who are going through stuff, because I'm like, I want to fix it. But it's like, I make people uncomfortable all the time. Now, I wasn't like that, but now I make him uncomfortable, because I don't act like that around everybody, just him and my therapist. I try to hold it together for everybody else. But yeah, I make you uncomfortable all the time. And he pivots around it. Like, oh, okay, she's not doing good today. Cool. And then he gonna do what he got to do. Hey, you okay? You doing better? Okay, let me try to cheer you up. Okay, that didn't work. All right.
All right.
Let me go over here and do what I need to do.
Yeah.
We check on you again. You doing a little bit better? Did you eat? You didn't eat? Oh, yeah. You gonna eat because I'm hungry. You about to cook because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Okay, you ain't cooking for yourself, but okay, cool. Go on and cook.
As long as you did it.
Or he'll be like, here, you need to eat and drink some food. Like, oh,
I think I am.
I think I'm hungry.
You're right. I think I'm about to pass. Oh, okay, that's better. Yeah,
it's bad because my new therapist is like, "Ooh, girl, we got a lot of work." Like, dang,
a lot of work to do.
Oh, child. But I'm excited because I feel
it's exciting.
I feel like I don't know. I just feel like sometimes some things you just gotta live with, and but you gotta figure out a way to maneuver through it.
100%. 100%. Yeah. So. I think that wraps it up for us. It's been a great conversation. Make it work for you. That's the biggest thing. Make it work
for you.
Yeah. And as you love your person, as we always say, choose love. That's our brand. Love is a choice. You have to choose to love your partner as these things coming about.
And think about it like, is this person being intentional? Because in most cases, people are not intentionally doing stupid stuff.
Yep.
People just do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm learning because sometimes I be annoyed. Like, why would he do that? But they're not thinking like you thinking.
Right. It's only one reason he would do something like this.
Cause I don't get it. Like, why? Why would you just leave the water running like that? Like the water just running and you just like, he never did that. But I'm just thinking something stupid. Like, imagine you just walking in and the water just running. Hey, what happened?
Like, oh, he trying to drown.
He trying to. Right?
The only way he wants to drown. He wanted the water to overflow. He knows
how
short.
Dumb you gotta be to leave the water run. And he could have been doing 5 million things. Forgot the water was running.
Yeah. He didn't even realize the water was still running.
I'm about to turn this water on and walk away.
Yeah. He left the water running. I did.
Right.
Are you sure? I wouldn't have done nothing like
Look at it. You left it running. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out why I did that. We both want to know why I did that.
We both like, no, for real. I'm like, this don't make no sense.
So that's the thing, and that's a part of communication as well.
I'm getting better at that, but I think because I grew up and everybody my whole life was critical as a kid. Like I couldn't make no mistakes. Like I do something, all like Danielle. I'm like, oh.
Wow.
So
yeah, and that's what that article talked about.
I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah, and that's what that article talked about. Like they said, a lot of times we do things out of upbringing, emotions, trauma, whatever. And in the whole case is knowing, hey, more than likely it's not malicious intent. More than likely. Like,
keep that in your mind. Now, if you were somebody that was a player,
yeah,
hoochie papa, hoochie mama, when you met them,
being malicious
and
to you, don't have your best interests
hoochie mama papa.
Yeah, watch out for them.
Yeah.
For real.
Like he ain't getting home till 3:00 in the morning. That's intentional.
You know what's up.
That some things are intentional, some things are
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that, man. Thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in, and listening in.
Yeah, this is a good discussion.
Yeah, it was. Definitely was.
This is our first live where we're going to be on Facebook and the YouTube.
Yes. The Lovely brand is expanding.
Yes, and this is pre-recorded, so please feel free to comment, share, like it, tell us how you feel. What do you prefer? 50-50? Would you want your man paying for all the bills? Would you want you paying for all the bills? Would y'all want to do a team thing? What's your preference?
Yep. Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And also, we have our shirts and we have my book. So you can also hit the link that we have and order your book and your shirt. Yep.
Yeah, do that. Right now, no open mic right now.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
But we are working on something else. So thankful to everyone that's rocking us. With us. Be sure to subscribe. Tap in if you haven't. Yes. Thank you. Oh, one last thing. We will be on the Funny ASL Comedy competition streaming to some streaming platforms.
Somewhere we don't know.
Yes, we just filmed it this weekend. It was a comedy
Yesterday.
competition, and we both won.
We won.
We won together, so that was great. And I know you thinking like, how did y'all win? Because we was the 2 finalists, and come on, we
had to roast each other.
Yeah, I couldn't roast her. You know, it was what it was. Like
he's a good roaster. I'm really not a good roaster.
I roast her in a good way. Like if you don't get your,
I call him a Slim Jim.
You gotta tune in to see it.
Yeah, you gotta see it.
So we'll keep y'all posted on that. But that was a lot of fun.
It was.
And if you're in the Detroit area for the next few weekends in October, Planet Ant is hosting a sketch show that I am in. So please,
can't wait to see it.
Yeah, come out.
See it.
Appreciate y'all so much. Choose love.
Yes,
choose God. Choose yourself. Don't live without Christ.
God is love.
Yes, salvation is free.
It is. You don't have to pay for it.
If you're not saved, you can confess the Lord Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you are saved and forgiven and set free. Who the Son sets free is free indeed.
Yeah.
We love y'all.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in. Oh, you need the other hand.